Hey, good afternoon. I just wanted to do a quick review on the Dabbsson 2000L battery backup system and what my experience has been so far. I purchased two of these units on Prime Sale Day and got them in and have had nothing but trouble ever since. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I will say that their support has been pretty responsive as far as trying to work out the issues, but no resolution yet. So here we got the up on top of the EcoFlows. I have the two Dabbsson 2000Ls, and like I said, these just arrived a few days ago, so I've been working on this for several days now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and power the first unit on. This was the very first one that I unboxed and started to configure. And then this is the second unit that I started to configure. Now both of them have the same issue, which once they power on, they will not accept a charge, no matter what it is, solar, via the cigarette lighter, not on the front, but I'm sorry, on the back, with the X60 connector, and also the traditional AC connection as well, does not accept any charge. But before you even get to that point, I was able to actually charge this second unit to 100% when I first unboxed it. Ran it overnight, ran the dishwasher and a few appliances on it. It actually did really well. And then the next morning, same issue as I'm having with this first unit. And what it's doing is throwing an error code E02, which is a communication error. They did send me a firmware update to push, and that was supposed to fix the problem, but it did not. And I'll go through that whole process of trying to install the firmware that they sent. And this is on multiple versions of their app, which is 3.5, 3.56, 3.57, and then the latest version 3.58. It gets to about 90% completion and then fails. We'll get there soon enough, but let me go ahead and power this unit on. So you can see, saying 99 hours of runtime there, 0% input. It's looking for a Wi-Fi signal because I have reset this, and it is currently not connected to any network. And just to rule out the network as an issue, I did put these both on their own VLAN with 2.4 gigahertz only, and that did nothing. And so you can see the E02 error popping up there, and that just continues to be displayed. Now I can connect it to the app, so it's not a communication error to where it's not communicating with my cell phone or Android device to do the configuration. It's something I'm assuming internally that's not allowing internal communications, from what I'm understanding. So I'm going to go ahead and power on the second unit. Again, neither one of these are connected to the app currently, but I kind of wanted to show what's going on with them before we get to that point. So let me go ahead and boot up this second. You see both of them powering on. Now this one is booting up. You can see 99 run hours, 0% input. and it's going to give us the same error code. And actually, this one is not flashing the Wi-Fi because I did just link this to the account, but we'll go ahead and factory reset that. So you can see E02. We're going to go ahead and reset this. So that's the IoT reset. It's going to allow us to connect it as if we were just unboxing it to the app. So you can see both of them are presenting the same error. That I haven't let them go down to 0%. That's about the only thing I haven't tried. But now we'll go ahead and try and power on or charge this first unit, and you can see just nothing happens. So I'm going to take the power cord from the box, plug it into the back of this unit. Let me go ahead and plug it into the front of one of these EcoFlows and see what happens. So you can see we got plenty of runtime on these guys here. This is the power cord that came with the unit. Apologize for the mess in the garage. And we're going to go ahead and connect this nice and firm. And we're going to come down. I'm going to use this bottom device. The AC is on. Now, this unit is still not getting any input. If we come down here, you can see the output does fluctuate between like 20, 23 amps, or watts rather, going between the units, but it's ultimately at 0. Like, it's not pushing anything out. Again, you can see that this light on means these are powered on. Same thing as this top unit right here, which I have an extension cord plugged into, and it's currently running our washing machine. So I know that these ports are working. No problems with the power coming out of the EcoFlows. But again, this is not accepting any charge whatsoever. Now I have tried connecting to just a standard 120 house receptacle, just to avoid the or get around blaming the power on the outlets on the EcoFlow device, but it does same results. It's not charging the device. So I'm gonna go ahead and power down and join it to the app and show you what it's doing as far as firmware reload attempts, and let's kind of go from there. So I hope you could see from the recording that doing the firmware, hopefully, and you can see that split screen in real time. It's actively pulling the firmware from their servers and trying to push it to the device. You get a quick flash where it says complete, and it does give you that green check mark like it did accept it, and then immediately it faults, and you can see it gives you that warning display screen and asks you to retry. And then if I flip, you can see we're still stuck at the same battery percentage, same error message. There are no cables connected to the device, which is one of the requirements. And if we were to go and do this one, like I said, this one won't even attempt a firmware update because they haven't pushed it out yet, but they're both displaying the exact same behavior where they throw this E02 code up and refuse to accept any type of charge, solar, AC, whatever the case may be. I don't know if it's just my bad luck, but you know, it's two identical models shipped at the exact same time. So is it a bad batch issue? You know, a bad quality control issue, and that came from the same batch? It's certainly possible. I don't know. I've reached out to Dabbsson, you know, through Amazon directly because I did initiate originally a return, and I was just going to return them both and get like another EcoFlow, you know, Max 2 or something like that. But I have seen other reviews on this particular model, and it does appear that it can be a pretty good backup solution to have. I don't want to just discredit it immediately because it's, you know, not an EcoFlow or a Jackery, something like that. I've heard great things about it. I bought it because another prepper did recommend it, the Max Life. So shout out to Max Life. But again, you know, I do take the people that I follow and influencers opinions and feedback seriously into what I'm going to integrate into my homesteading plan or backup plan or preparedness plan. So I do see the feedback online. It seems to be a relatively new model, but the feedback seems to be very positive. I don't know if that's just the company, you know, putting the feedback out there themselves, but there's also been, you know, numerous YouTube channels that have been reviewed by very creditable sources and you know, guys that do reviews for a living on battery backups and generators and things of that nature. So I've only seen good things when researching, and I couldn't find anybody that had the same experience where they're having these error codes. So that's why I'm kind of perplexed. And I mean, I do want to give it a shot. I do want to see if I can work with the Dabbsson team and, you know, get this issue resolved. But I just think it's very odd that both units are exhibiting the exact same behavior. It's been probably 24 hours and I haven't heard back from them. I've sent them all of this information, videos, pictures, the whole 9 yards, and I haven't had any response in about 24 hours. So ultimately, if they don't respond, I'm just gonna, you know, send them back, which I hate to do. I'd love to be able to, you know, give it a chance, put it into you know, our plan and see how it actually would work in a real world environment, which is the whole point of, you know, testing these things, which is the point of these EcoFlows. And you know, they've been great. I just wanted to kind of branch out and give something else a try. I actually have 2 more batteries coming in for these, and I'm going to kind of clean this setup up a little bit, get rid of this. I'm kind of in the process of redoing and reorganizing our garage, so cleared out a bunch of space, to kind of make way for a better place to give these guys a home. Directly behind here I have, the solar coming in, inlet going, to the circuit breaker, so I can easily come in here and connect directly and power the whole house off the echo flows if there's a power down situation, or just even offset some of the grid power, and save a little bit of money, which is what we're doing right now by running a few appliances off the echo flows. And we're hoping to kind of give the Dabbssons a chance and run some appliances and kind of thoroughly test them out. But we'll see what the company comes back with, and hopefully I'll be able to make an update video, and hope somebody finds this helpful. If you have any questions about what I've done and tried, feel free to either drop a comment or send me a message, and happy to share my experience if somebody's going through the same thing. All right, y'all stay safe. God bless.